Hello, hello. Kevin Dooms, the man of 100 hustles here, coming to y'all with an origin story. It's not easy to get a brand new Uber story every day, but occasionally I come across a place and I'm like, oh, that's an origin. That's where the man I am probably started, somewhere along those lines. And today I'm going to talk about good old Yale Village in the heart of Houston, Texas, nestled quietly between Acres Homes and Studewood. And we're talking about a pre-gentrification era Yale Village, where a young man could grow up and see somebody get shot 15, 16 times just while rolling dice. The kind of neighborhood where with a note from my grandma, I could go buy cigarettes and liquor by the time I was 9, 10 years old. I was no stranger to crackheads. What else? Football games on concrete. Every kind of violence you can think of. It was basically like growing up in Little Baghdad while still being deep in the heart of Texas. But that's neither here nor there, and we all have our traumas, and life's about getting over them. But today's origin story came up when I was talking to my baby sister. I love talking with her because we get to commiserate on some of our more hilarious life experiences. And this one here was actually before she was born. That's how early my hustle started. You see, when I was about 7 years old, my stepdad at the time woke me up in the middle of the night, gave me a hug, let me know that I was the man of the house now, and I needed to take care of my baby brother and my mom. So with that rattling around my little 7-year-old brain, by the time I was 9, 10 years old, mind you, I was like asthmatic, sickly, in and out of the hospital constantly. But by this point, that really did somehow get inside of my head. And you've got a 9, I had to be like 8 or 9 because I was in the 4th grade. So we'll say 9. A 9-year-old kid trying to figure out how to pay bills and help his mama out because she needed it. So that's when I learned of recycling by one means or another, and I noticed that in the apartments we lived in, people partied hard on the weekends. So early, every Saturday and Sunday morning, I would get up and I would hop in the dumpsters with my cousin, either Freddie or Ray Ray. Shout out to my kinfolk. That's origins for you. And I would get aluminum cans. And me and my cousins would just go dumpster to dumpster throughout the apartment complex. I want to say we would hop into anywhere from 16 to 20 dumpsters every Saturday, Sunday morning. And we would take those aluminum cans when we go to the recycling center, split the money, bust it down. And Ray Ray and Freddie were notorious for buying candy with their money. They would buy some candy, buy some sodas, and they did what kids did. They were normal kids, but me being different, for lack of a better term at the time, I took my money and I negotiated a deal with the candy store owner to buy candy at wholesale in bulk. Mind you, I'm not even 10 years old at the time, and I'm little for my age. I was tiny, always in that front row of class pictures. And well, I would buy candy in bulk, wholesale. Mind you, a 10-year-old negotiated this deal so that I could sell it to other neighborhood children, and then I would just stack money. And I remember there were times where my mom would run through my pockets because she knew that if she searched well enough, she could find $80 to $120, and I was selling candy for 25 cents, 50 cents, $1. So to stack that kind of money from recycling aluminum cans and flipping stuff, just anything I could buy or sell. Usually it was candy. I wouldn't steal, but I had no issues buying stolen goods. But little Johnny in the neighborhood had no problem stealing basketball cards or baseball cards or football cards. So I would bust those down, make packs that were better than whatever Upper Deck and Fleer were doing at the time. Then I would flip those. I was doing that hustle. That was my middle school hustle. But it's kind of funny. I was like, why am I the spirit of a hustler has always been in me. It probably started way, way, way back then. And superheroes are born of trauma. To think that my stepdad leaving at 7 years old and telling me I was the man of the house and a little kid who's willing to hop into dumpsters to flip candy to help his moms out around the house in a neighborhood where it would have been a lot easier for me to flip crack if I wanted to help my mom out around the house. I came up with a hustle. Ever since then, I guess that's where my joy is. I don't care about the results. I just love the hustle, and that's just what's always been in me. That's kind of one of the origin stories of Kevin Dooms, the man of 100 hustles.